The conman and Sari Berry must find out who is the developer amongst these people here. 3 of them are lying, they are fake, and one of them is an actual real Roblox developer. Let's see if they can guess correct. Please subscribe. Alright, YouTubers, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, right. Better than usual. In the previous videos, nobody talks. Alright, let's start with Dog this time. Conman, you want to go ahead and ask Dog a question?
Yeah. What made you get into developing, or what made you start?
Well, developing first caught my eye when I saw other people earning Robux. The Robux was honestly what really caught my eye. Then I decided to try it out for myself, and it ended up working out.
Okay.
What is your favorite plugin in Roblox Studio?
Favorite plugin? I'd say honestly the 3FX plugin, where you can use 3FX in Studio, because I think I've always just found, F3X to be a lot more simpler than Roblox Studio. So in terms of building, I really like working with that. So I'd say I'd use that the most, and it's definitely one of my favorites.
Okay.
Murders, what got you interested in developing?
Well, I used to play Roblox all the time back then, and I kept seeing games on the popular page, and that kind of inspired me to make my own, and also because I wanted Robux, because I didn't have much back at the time.
Okay.
What's your favorite plugin on Roblox Studio?
My favorite plugin is a plugin called Part 2 Terrain. So basically you put in like a Roblox part on that and you can just change it into terrain. It's really, really useful when you're like making maps and stuff like that.
Nice.
Have you got a decision?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, we'll move VC.
Dominate.
Okay,
I wanna
Conman, you wanted
I
to
wanna
come
say-
here. Anyway, whilst I let them discuss things, let me tell you about Raid Shadow Legends. It's like playing a console game on your mobile phone. Explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. My favorite champion to use is Coronar. Why? Well, because this big man is one of the strongest tank controllers in the game. He can strip down enemy attack and defense, then keep them provoked so they can't use their best skills. Another champion I've been using is Royal Guard. I've been using Royal Guard for one thing only: wrecking bosses. He has an extremely powerful ability that scales damage based on enemy max HP, in addition to all of the other damage it deals. Add to that his default skill, which decreases the enemy's defense, and his third skill, which hits 4 times, and he can both paralyze a boss and deal incredible damage, all in one package. Royal Guard is practically a legendary. Raid has just released Death Knight, and Ultimate Death Knight is everything we've hoped for. And you want to know what the best bit is? You can get it for free just by logging in. All you have to do is log in, play Raid Shadow Legends for 7 days, and then you'll have the Ultimate Death Knight in your collection. You can also use the DK Rises promo code for a bunch of free items to instantly level up your strongest champion to level 50 5-star Ascension. Raid is running an amazing trick-or-treat promotion for Halloween where you can win a bunch of Amazon gift cards. To enter, all you have to do, head to trickortreat.plarium.com. I've also linked that in the description for you. Then once you made your account, spin the wheel to get your prize, and it's that simple. Don't leave it last minute though, because this is running from 15th of October to November the 5th. So once it's done forever. If you've never played Raid Shadow Legends before, go ahead and download it with a link in the description, or scan my QR code here on screen. You'll get unique bonuses worth up to $30. We're talking a free epic champion, Tay-Rail, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, and 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard. So you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. Don't miss out, G. Just download it right now. Let's go see what their decision is.
Dog.
You want to eliminate Dog? Okay.
Because everyone
That's
else
what-
had like legitimate answers.
Yeah. I don't know. The other ones, they just sound really like they had in-depth answers, but everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess if you're a successful developer, you're gonna have a bit of, more constructed response and know what you're talking about. Okay, well, they made their decision. They want to remove you, Dog. You're eliminated. All right, 3 people remain. It's gonna get a little bit more intense now.
Bing Bong, what games have you developed for on Roblox?
I tend to develop more of like the ragdoll games and that. I enjoy like developing on them because it involves, building. And then I can do the little bit of scripting as well. It's really quite creative and that's what I enjoy doing.
Okay.
What games have you developed, Murderers?
Well, I've made a few story games back when they were popular, like a few years ago, back in 2019 and 2020. Have you heard of Daycare Story?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm a developer for that.
What did you specifically do on the project?
Mainly scripting and just a tiny bit of modeling.
Okay. What did you specifically model on the game?
So for the daycare, right? I made kind of some assets for the bedroom and for the canteen.
Operator, same question.
I'm currently still working on a few projects, but some of the games I have worked on is Roblox History Museum, which was a project. It's a pretty big project. It's basically, it's a museum. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm currently still working on some other in-developed games that are directly linked to Strigid. I have worked a bit on Southwest Florida, not an awful lot. I wouldn't consider myself a developer, but more like, a contributor to Southwest Florida. So yeah, I do mostly building, but also some modeling. So I've still got a lot in the works.
What specifically have you done for the history museum?
Mostly modeling and more like setting up the layout for the entire thing, because I can do logo design. So I did help with the logos and, you know, kind of setting up the whole layout of the place. I did do some modeling, just not an awful lot.
All right, what do you guys think? Any thoughts so far? Out of the three so far, who are you thinking is the developer?
I think, honestly, I'm thinking it's Operator.
That's what I was gonna say. I was thinking the same thing.
Who do you think is least most likely to be the developer here?
I'd
Murderer.
say murderers. Yeah.
You both have very similar ideas here.
What do you guys think of Arthro?
I personally tend to develop more in R6 just because I prefer the style and scripting modeling wise. I'm just more used to it as I started in 2017. So I don't tend to use it as much, but like things like this layered clothing and that, I like the look of it, but that's not very dev related, I guess.
And what about you, Murderers?
Well, when it first came out, it was kind of weird because obviously no one was used to it. But over time, things like R15 are just pretty much normal nowadays. Like you see more R15 games than R6 games.
And what about you, Operator? Do you like Arthro?
I definitely don't hate it, but I think I've kind of like changed, because I remember when first, you know, Arthur was coming out, everyone was acting like, you know, as if it was the end of R15 and the end of the R6. And, you know, the truth of the matter being, it's that never really happened because, you know, it's still being very used. And I get why Arthro was I get why it was introduced. I don't hate it. I just, you know, I'm not used to working with it, so it's not my preferred thing to work with. So, you know, I'm kind of neutral on it.
Okay. Bing Bong, I have another question. What are your feelings towards Roblox? Like, do you think, like, with the direction that they're going?
Like with the recent news, I was seeing that there was a recent news about how Roblox is like partnered together, I think, with an anti-cheat company or something like that. So I'm very, you know, excited to see that, especially because, you know, it stops like more hackers on Roblox and that, which is extremely annoying. Overall, I think Roblox is actually, it's pretty good. Like, bearing in mind, it has automatic filters. It gives you a game engine with all the fundamentals as well. So it's like extremely kind of like, I don't know the words for it here, but like friendly to actually start getting developing. Like when I started developing, I found it really friendly and helpful. Don't get me wrong, they did have a couple, you know, controversies and like suing like other developers and that, but all in all, I think it is a pretty good platform.
I have one more question. For Murderers, what is the worst update that Roblox has came out with, in your opinion?
Oh, the worst update was definitely when they first released the new materials, because I'm not sure if you remember, but they made it so the new materials will replace the old materials, and that kind of ruined the vibe for many showcase games. They luckily reverted that update, so that's good.
What was your first experience with developing on Roblox?
My first experience was it was pretty funny. I used to play a lot of the, you know, those F3X building games, and I realized, hey, I do actually have a talent for this. And I realized, you know what, I might as well take it to studio. And that's kind of how I slowly eased my way into studio. So I'd say, yeah, I'd say that was basically my first experience with, you know, actual developing.
All right, guys. So, do you want to go talk about the responses so far?
Murderers, get them
That's what I
out.
was about to say, yeah.
Damn,
Seems a little
that
sus.
quickly. They made a decision, and they want to get rid of murderers. They're
Oh
removing
no,
you.
it was
Overall.
nice knowing you guys.
And now, two remain. It's getting intense now. So, whoever they remove next, the last person standing, they think is the developer. It's 1 versus 1, man. Let's see if you guys can fight your way to the top. So, we'll start with Operator.
All right, Operator, what is your specific job that you do as a developer? Are you a scripter, modeler? Like, what do you do?
I have mentioned, you know, I can't script. I'll just say it up front. I mostly do tend to lean to like building and modeling. I do Blender and, you know, just modeling in general, but I also do quite a bit of like, you know, like actual brick building. So I'd say I do that. I have, you know, as I've mentioned, I have done other jobs like, you know, just kind of like creative director as is, you know, just like planning things out and kind of setting stuff up. So I'd say that's about what I do.
Bing Bong, what do you like, or what do you dislike most about developing?
I think I dislike most would probably have to be building the most. At first, I'm just not very good at building. I prefer like I can do modeling on Blender and that and scripting. It's just more the building. I just find it like such a long task, to be honest. It just takes so long.
All right, cool. So, again, do you guys got any suspicions, or are you still finding it a bit tricky?
I think I
Still-
have a suspicion. Kind of.
Okay. Let's go talk about it. All right, Conman, what are you thinking, man?
I want to say Bing Bong.
Yeah.
I think Operator's the developer. I want to ask Bing Bong more questions, but I can't even think of any off the top of my head.
I mean, I'm not going to pressure you. It's your choice.
I mean, it's really hard, but I'm leaning more toward Operator.
Yeah,
I
me
feel.
too.
You want to go for it then?
I think so,
I'll go
yeah.
for it.
All right. Okay, everybody, they've made their decision. They would like to eliminate Bing Bong Boom. He already knew. He just started walking as I was saying it. But yeah, that means they think Operator is the developer. You don't know if he's a developer or not, but I'm going to get both of you to say why you think he's a developer. So we'll start with the con man. Why do you think?
I think he's the developer because, I don't know, his answers just seemed a lot more specific and like, I don't know, they made sense. I mean, Bing Bongs did too, which was why it was really hard, but...
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, what about you? Sorry.
Yeah, he gave a lot of detail and he was very confident with his answers. Like he's very sure what he wanted to say, so.
All right, okay. Okay, so on the count of 3, then we're going to get the actual developer to step forward. So 1, 2, 3.
Hi, I was dev.
No way.
Yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So he actually
Oh.
owns daycare.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He has 1.3 million group members. Yeah.
when I
Dude, I
asked
No
when I
way.
asked about daycare, you didn't sound too confident.
Yeah, I was actually really nervous and stuttering because I was faking the answers. Because, you know, I didn't want to say I owned the full game. Otherwise, I'd seem too suspicious, you know?
Yeah. Dang.
But yeah, now to present day, my most popular game is Catalog Avatar Creator. Not sure if you've heard of that, but it's got around 15k players, I think. So yeah, it's quite cool.
This isn't his actual
Crazy.
account, by the way. All right, well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, consider subscribing and leaving a like. Big shout out to the con man and sorry Barry for joining this video. I appreciate it very much. Shout out to all these people as well. Go subscribe to these guys over here and go check out Muneeb's games on Roblox. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Goodbye.